Coach, Khalil said it's been a real tough week of practice. Can you kind of expand on that, what you guys been doing?
Just been working, trying to get better, and a lot of areas that trying to get a little tougher, especially on the defensive end, and be able to sustain the effort and energy for long periods of time. And I think that comes through hard work, and sometimes you go a little long in practice to make sure you're able to do that.
How much has the intensity picked up in practice, over the last week or so?
I mean, I think the guys have been great. They've, we flew back Sunday night from Denver, so Monday wasn't going to wear them out physically, but mentally we wanted to really challenge them, and they were terrific. And Tuesday was a little more up and down the court, and defensively, really a defensive-minded practice. Yesterday wanted to be a combination of defense and offense, and so today we'll probably do a little bit of the same. Start focusing in a little bit more on Little Rock today, and then tomorrow we'll really back off. I'm a firm believer in fresh minds, fresh legs, and I think you get that from that day before, just prepping and a lot of shooting and shoring up what you want to do on Saturday.
Khalil said Little Rock's one of the tougher teams you guys will face this year in terms of the intensity they play with. How is the team going to have to come out Saturday to come out with a win? They're
going to have to be tougher than Little Rock, and at least if they haven't gotten anything this week, they've gotten that message that they're going to face the toughest basketball team that I think there is in this league. You're looking at a basketball team that won the conference tournament and went to the NCAA tournament. They have several guys back off of that team, and they've been terrific leaders for the guys, the new guys. And that's, they're starting to play really well. Won 5 of their last 6, and their only loss being at UK about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So hopefully good basketball team. Hopefully we'll be ready for the challenge.
For you guys specifically, obviously you're going through a bit of a transition right now and changing up, a little bit of the style. Is it a deal where, you maybe obviously haven't won yet? Is it a thing where you take a couple of steps back in order to take, several leaps forward?
I think you can take some positives out of each time out. Every time we've gone on the floor the last 3 games, I've taken some positives. I see some really good things we're doing, but at the same time, we've got some areas we need to get better at. Denver, the first half was nothing more than we would not stay disciplined and tough enough on the defensive end. And we missed a lot of easy baskets, some baskets that we need the ball to go in the hole. But where we really responded was in the second half. And it's the last time they've been on the floor, so hopefully we'll have some carryover. We were the tougher team in the second half at Denver. We out-toughed them. We moved the basketball. We made extra pass. We got some second shots, and it's something that we had not been doing. We were a team that, when you look at the stat sheet, maybe the number of assists need to be going up. The number of turnovers have really gone down. I mean, we averaged 10 turnovers on this last trip, and that's not a bad number, especially when you look at how those turnovers were occurring. Some charges of guys being aggressive. It wasn't guys just throwing the basketball around and foolish passes. It was more being aggressive and maybe getting a charge, which I'll take some of those.
I think not having a midweek game has been good for these guys this week.
It's been good for me. We needed this. We needed some time. I always called it, when you're playing a lot of games, you see guys revert back to some bad habits. This is with any basketball team, and I always called it game slippage. You can't get them in practice and really have that time to talk about it and get things corrected. Hopefully we've been able to do that this week.
What did you see differently out of them in the second half against Denver? It looked like they came out just a lot sharper and played a little bit tougher. I mean, what was the message at halftime that game? And it seemed like they almost kind of turned a corner at that point.
The message, normally we'll write down some things on a clipboard when we go in at halftime. As staff, we're talking about some things we did well that we need to do better. I didn't need a clipboard at halftime on Sunday at Denver. It was nothing to do with that. It was all about toughness. Guys, we need to turn the corner. Bottom line, don't come back in here if they're the tougher basketball team. And we were searching. We were trying to find some some combinations that would do that. And I thought some guys really stepped up Sunday. Some guys that hadn't been playing a lot of minutes and maybe found their way back into some minutes and possible starting roles. If you ask me right now who's starting Saturday, I don't know. And I don't know. I'll have a better idea at 4 o'clock today after this practice. I think some guys have solidified themselves somewhat over the last 3 days, but there's still 2 more days before we play. And I think at this point right now where we are as a basketball team, that's what must occur. I don't need anyone being comfortable. I need everyone challenging each other every day, and let's see who gets better, and whoever's producing who's going to play.
You know, Okaro may have had his best game of the year against Denver. Is he a guy that's kind of really embraced the kind of more up-tempo style of play you all have been using, and what can you see his role being for the rest of the season?
Well, Carl, to find himself on the floor, needs to be high energy, one of our better defenders, not worry about scoring, be a great screener. And I think if he'll do those 3 things right there, he's going to find himself playing a lot more minutes. He's done that pretty much over the last 3 days. I mean, he's a guy that's right there that could very well start Saturday. I'm not sure.
Players back on Twitter, I know a bunch of them tweeted last night almost at the exact same time. I know that was something that was kind of frowned upon in the past. What's your thoughts on players on Twitter or social media and all that stuff?
Well, I think it can be a good thing. I think obviously it can be a bad thing. And we've met as a team. I've talked to some other coaches that allow kids to Twitter, and basically told them, look, you guys like to Twitter. When I played, obviously there was no Twitter. So I don't know a lot about it other than I do get all their tweets. So, you know, the time of day that you tweet might be important as well. If I get a tweet at 1 in the morning, I know you're up, and that's probably not a good thing. But more importantly, you know, let's help. If you're going to be on Twitter, don't do anything that would embarrass this basketball program. Be positive. You can tell it's something they enjoy doing, and you know, we'll see. But I don't think it's that big a deal. I know some of those guys really enjoy it. You guys probably know more about Twitter than I. You're in the media, so help me out.
Giving out some food on Saturday?
Free pizza starting at 11 a.m. So if you're hungry, come by. It's for the students, but we'll make an exception if you're hungry and can't get a meal at 11 o'clock. We'll probably throw you a slice of pizza.
Anything else for Coach today? All right, thanks, everyone.